Thank you for tuning in to Life Having Podcast with your favorite cousin Keisha. Toya's back.
Hey guys.
This is like a part 2 to the one. So the last episode we did was accountability of all things. And so now this episode is called You Lack Nothing. And how did we get here to this one, Toya?
Keisha was just sharing a moment. She's gonna have to share with y'all, and I guess it was just placed on her heart. And
it was on my heart.
God just been dealing with this young lady. Okay, this is another thing, y'all. Just because we talk about God, I don't want people to feel like, oh my gosh, they getting spiritual. But God is in all things, okay? Sometimes we can act a fool. Sometimes we can say the wrong thing. But I don't want people to get to be like, oh,
we're not ashamed that we love God. Let that be very clear.
So we're going to be talking about
I'll shut this whole podcast down if I can't talk about God. I will not do nothing without him, because I'm going to be honest with you. I lack nothing because of God. Because he allowed these people around me to hold me up when I don't ask to be held up. But he's like, he knows I need it. So he's like, I'm going to make sure your village is strong. Yeah. And you're not going to have to ask them for anything, because I'm going to put it on their heart. I lack nothing. You lack nothing. We lack nothing. Okay? You lack nothing.
Yes.
Okay, so Thursday, which would be the 12th of September, I woke up at 2 a.m. God woke me up out of my sleep because my alarm was set for 4 a.m. And I was like, thank you, God, for waking me up. I say that every morning. I say, thank you for the day that you're about to start. I said, but I want to go back to sleep till my alarm go off. And it was like, no. Instantly, I felt in my spirit like, you lack nothing. And the Holy Spirit, that had to be the Holy Spirit.
That part. Because here's the thing. People be like, dang, I want to go back to sleep. I don't know what it was that woke me up. When you start building a relationship with God, one thing he started messing with, okay, hold on. He promised us good sleep. But he do like to talk to people in the midnight hour, because it's a poet named Rumi. He has a poem. I don't know what the name of the poem is, please, y'all. But he has a passage where he talks about don't go back to sleep. Because during that time, God has something he wants to say. And that's the hour where he talks to his people. Also witchcraft, but we ain't talking about that. But God has something he wants to say. And during that time, it's very crucial to get up, get your notebook, say a prayer, and see what it is that he woke you up to see about, because everything else is quiet around you in that moment.
So one of the ladies at work told me, she was like, so did you just start praying? I said, no, I actually got on TikTok.
Oof. Next time.
I'm just being very honest.
But I had already do better.
Yes, I'm pretty sure somebody told me that before, but yeah. I just wanted to go back to sleep. I did not want to be up. No, I stayed up until my alarm clock went off, and then I got up and I started my day. But I just kept hearing you lack nothing the whole time I was up. And then I was getting dressed. I heard that. And then I got on the bus in the morning to go do my first piece, and I heard that. And then I put it on TikTok and Instagram because I was led to do that. And I was just like, what does that mean? And
I think we get so caught up on focusing on what we don't have. And we trip on these situations that we're going through where we see lack. And we'll let lack take over our minds and our circumstances.
Not only that part, right? Because that's the main part. We think when we don't have, we lack something. Mm-hmm. But if they don't have it, 9 times out of 10, it's not a lack of, it's not meant for us in that space that we're in. Yeah. What I learned from I lack nothing was just that sometimes people, places, and things have to move for you to gain clarity, so that you can see that you have the ability to have anything you desire on God's green earth.
That part.
Like, we can have whatever we want.
God has given us the ability to get all things.
All things. There's nothing on this earth that if you do not put your focus on, what happens is a lot of us are distracted. So we say, oh, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, you're distracted. What do you need to get rid of? What needs to empty out of your space so you can find that you lack nothing?
Yeah.
Like, when I got up, I was like, okay. So my thing is, I was stressed. I'm like, oh, how am I going to pay his daycare? How am I going to do this? He needs food. He needs shoes. And I'm like, I don't know. And then my sister was like, I got you. I'll get him for 2 weekends. My dad's like, I got you. I'll get him for 2 weekends. Even though I got to go out there and hustle and bustle.
But he gave his sister the ability to get them ends.
That part, I lack nothing because I don't mind working. but I didn't have the child care to be able to do it. And they're not charging me, so that money can go to my household.
Can we give a shout out to the family?
Like, shout out to the Harris family. Oh, and Tasha too.
Coming through.
Now, let me say that too. Tasha,
we love the family.
Tasha has been a help too. Sister will come in. She took him and kept him, but she more like trying to recuperate from her surgery so she can get back to work. But let me shout out Tasha. Let's not forget Ashley, Tasha, and Otis have been my pillars for the last 2 months. And that, not to say they never was there before, but we all have our own lives, and I don't push my life on nobody else.
But I think God is just putting this moment to show you once again that you lack nothing.
Lack nothing.
More light on
you lack nothing, girl. I'm excited about lacking nothing.
And like you said, God gives us the ability to get everything we need, get wealth. And like you said, I didn't know how I was going to do this. Your sister call, your father call.
Out of the blue.
The ability to get wealth. That's example, out like, of the blue. To grind it out. Simple things like that. You lack nothing. Like,
tired, but I lack nothing. That sleep is like right now, like I'm like, oh my God, I'm up. Like, why am I so up? But it's just like
that grateful energy. Like, what you mean?
Oh yes, the gratitude I have for
that part,
it.
Shining extra light on, like, God, we want to say thank you because we don't lack anything. We shed so much light on what we don't have or these situations instead of sitting back saying, yeah, we don't have this, God, but I thank you for the stuff that I do have, this extra food in the refrigerator, the ability of my limbs, my right mind. Some people walking around without their right mind.
Toy, when I tell you the activity, I get up on the activity of my limbs and my right mind every day. And then I have a disability in my foot. And I'm like limping, but I'm still able to
still be trying to shake.
Yeah, okay. Not only do I be trying to shake it, Toy, I'll be on that bus, hitting that gas and pushing that brake. And it takes a lot to stop that bus. And it takes a lot to put your foot up on that brake. But I'm just like, okay. And people are like, oh my God, like want to do. He's like, you limping. I said, and it ain't never stopped me from getting there or doing anything I desire to do. So, you watching it, but watch me work. Because you can't stop this. Part. This right here is not being stopped. But yeah, just the lacking of nothing. Like, if you don't have it, just ask yourself, what am I doing?
Yeah, I feel like we be so caught up on thinking like that we're not supposed to go through anything in life. If you think about it,
I mean, well, social media, how you thinking that now?
Yeah, it'll have
with all the beautiful marriages that you see, but only a snippet. With all the beautiful families, only a snippet.
Even if it is a snippet.
With all the great jobs and people making millions of dollars.
Even though it's a snippet, we don't know them people prayers though. We don't know what they went through to get to where they at. And we don't know if them people
really happy. That's the problem.
True. But I'm just saying, I'll give a little like sometimes we see people in all their glory. We don't know their prayers. We don't know their story. We don't know what they lost.
We don't know what they've been through. That's true.
Because we walk around, even when we go through stuff in life, with this idea of like, how is there a God and we going through this and people going through that. One thing we need to remember is God give us free will and he give us, the ability to have choices.
And we be choosing wrong. Let's just be truthful. we choose wrong.
But life is life. And even most people in the Bible, his most, highest disciples, they went through stuff like Paul. His biggest thing was being content in all things.
Mm-hmm.
And he never, it's just like,
wasn't his name Saul before Paul?
Yeah.
So not only was he being content,
he was killing all.
He was a murderer. So stop playing with me. When he renew us, it is like they never met the us. And what we do allow people to do, and this is what we have to stop. People holding us to our past.
Yeah.
But sometimes we hold ourselves to it because I'm a person who hold myself.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
I'm in jail to my past.
I'm glad she brought this up and not
I'm a Jezebel.
Because she act like she can't change.
Scarlet letter. Well,
she walking around with the A on her chest.
Scarlet letter. But this is the thing.
That was the OU.
Don't get it twisted because it will be tested. Because I'm constantly tested, Toy, and I swear to goodness,
true. Like,
I'm tested, and I'm chopping them down.
Yeah,
please keep them away from me because I don't want to do it again.
And I'm like, I ain't gonna have that sugar. See something and be like, constantly tested. Or them flashy brothers,
You like flashy
no.
brothers? Okay, that's another story. We'll do that another topic.
Not that flashy.
But this. I think people take for granted making it home. Like, I cried a couple weeks ago when I dropped him off and then I made it back to him, and I was just like, something just came to me in my spirit and was like, you make it home to him. Like, for him to see you every day, 12 hours he's there.
That's a
and I
big
turn around
deal.
and I go pick him up. He see my face. That's a blessing, Toya.
That's our Father allowing you to realize that you lack nothing. That's
Lacking
another
nothing.
way to just realize and to have gratitude in all things. Like, so we need to start letting our gratitude outshine the lack.
I feel like mine do.
Sad.
I feel like mine do. As soon as I hit that door, but I also feel like people think that I'm just a happy-go-lucky person, and I have to tell them, no, I'm grateful. Like, one man pulled me out to the side. He's like, what is it? What is it that make you so happy? And I was like, well,
the espresso. The extra.
That's my joy. That's the difference. Like, okay, yeah, I probably wouldn't be this hype without my espresso, but I still would have joy because that's something that I think daily on the things why I have joy. Like, you know, when things start going wrong, you want to focus on the right things because those things will carry you when everything, like, can I be honest with y'all? I didn't have food because what his dad just did, literally didn't have food for me, but I had it for my son. Wow. And my sister called me out of the blue. And I said, everything is met, Ashley. And she said, why are you crying? I said, because I understand now what you are going through. Wow. I never imagined feeling that way. And my sister said, I'm sending you $100 right now.
Wow.
I don't tell people, I don't ask because I don't understand even how I got myself here. That's a feeling I wouldn't wish on my enemy. But what she did for me was show me that when you think that it's the end, God always has another plan.
A ram in the bush.
So when you don't be weary and well doing. Like, I was doing what I'm supposed to do. I paid my bills. I made sure my son has food and shelter and clothing. And he said, I'll supply the other part of that. That hurt me so bad to even say right now, y'all. Because it ain't that I don't want people to think I don't go through. It's just that it's hard when you're making the type of money we make. It almost look like, what is she doing with her money?
But you're not alone. Like, the way this economy is changing.
And that's that, right?
And things, I just, like, she thinks of it as a lack, but we're thankful that Ashley had extra to give. You know what I mean?
And she literally stuff, is like she don't even have a job right now. Like, she's in her intern.
But she had extra to give, and that's like a blessing. Like,
oh yeah, I was crying like a baby. I was like, oh my God, like,
He'll give you what you need. That extra ram in the bush when you think you at your last leg.
The extra ram.
That ram.
So when I say you lack nothing, you lack nothing. There's always something in you that will take care of every need that you have. Whether if it comes from your family, your friends. Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot of God is talking to me, is telling me it's not your pride, Keisha. It's actually just that you need to be able to accept blessings that you give. I don't give money, but I give energy. I give time. I pray. I uplift people. And it's just like,
she's a talker.
That's come back.
She'll have a conversation and uplift somebody in a heartbeat. And it's okay to
the way your blessings come to you.
You can't control it.
No.
You want to control how you get blessed. You can't do that.
I'm learning, Toy.
Like, it's okay to accept it.
I'm learning that it is okay to accept blessings. And it's not easy because I'd rather be the giver than the receiver. But I'm finding in this time, in this space.
This is your season right now to just
allow people to bless and lay on me.
The blessing. Because when the table's time,
so you know how we
bless somebody.
You know, so that's the part right there. You know how you say, like, you when you allow people to bless you sometimes, Toy. In my past, I've learned that it makes them feel like they can have a say. So they did it with not a giving heart. They did it with the wrong intention.
So you shouldn't worry about that. You know, you think about like, oh, if I take this gift or if I take this yes, that you give people an opportunity to have a little bit of control. But sometimes you wean or you kind of discern like, okay, should I take this? Yeah, I know I'm in a need, but you will know the discernment on the take and accept and when to say no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if they gave to you and not a good heart, that's between them and God. That's between them and God. Like really you think, you think like, oh my gosh, they trying to take control. That's between them and God. Okay.
Or are they gonna have something to say?
Girl, she be worried about
I gave it.
Some people be like,
and you have, but this is
learn to discern
our past experiences.
What make you look like think in the wrong way,
and that's part of realizing that it don't have really nothing to do with me.
It's not about you. Sometimes people give because in that season, God asking them to give for their breakthrough.
Right,
your
it's not about
giving
me.
Could have been tied to her and her family's next breakthrough.
And that's crazy.
That's what it's about. Like nothing to do with you. God put it on her heart to give it.
And it was like instantly.
And her breakthrough. You know what I'm saying?
It was like instantly.
It don't be about you.
I didn't say nothing. I was just like, yeah, I got enough for Ash. I did his stuff. And she was like, and I'm like, everything has been met. And she's like, no, I'm gonna send you 100.
And there was nothing about you.
And she zelled me that real quick.
God put people giving on their heart for their breakthrough.
Bro, I was balling. Really? I was like, oh my God. On the bus. I'm surprised they didn't even. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. Like, you didn't. She's like, Keisha. She's like, I've been there. I understand it. And it's crazy because she has been there. And she was young. She was young, as a young mom going through that. And we were unable to, we were ignorant in our own space that we couldn't understand what she was going through because it wasn't something we were going through. But now me being older and going through it.
Please, stop talking about older.
But like
she categorized every part of her life with age. It does not matter.
Somebody else told me stop that.
It does not matter on an age. Seasons happen whether you old, young, or whatever. It wasn't your time to realize and go through what you went through. Please do not.
So I be feeling like
I'm a young fool. Yes, that's funny. It's funny when we be like, I'd rather be an old fool than a young fool. Whatever. But whatever you're going through, stop categorizing. Oh, I'm going through this in my old age. Baby, so what? Because you're young to somebody else, okay?
Oh, that's
young
true.
To somebody else. Like, it is. Like, don't think. And I be getting so mad.
Why you don't say nothing?
So, I always say like Keisha.
Why you don't say nothing off camera?
I be like, Keisha, can you stop talking about your age? And
you do say that. That you do say. That you do say. See, and maybe that's something I have to work on because
they say God died when he was 33. Okay? Some people that's like, you were so young. He was so young. In that moment, that brother reached that potential he was here for. Some people died when they was 2. In that moment, they fulfill whatever need they were. And it's very hurtful to say. In that moment, they fulfill whatever they needed to fulfill. I lost my partner at his young age. And it took me a lot to realize that. In that moment, he fulfilled what it is he was supposed to fulfill. And that ain't nothing but growth for me to say that, okay? And in that moment, he fulfilled whatever he needed to fulfill. And that's just knowing and being honest. Like, let go of age and limits on everything. It don't matter. Like, really it is what it is. Like,
I really have to.
Matter.
I have to open myself up to that.
Yes, it do not matter. She be so hard on herself.
I do. No, but I was saying because the thing is, so maybe I think as an elder, right? Because I want to be a wise. Because I want to be a wise person. I want to be someone comes to for wisdom. Yeah. And for encouragement and everything, and say, well, I'm gonna go see Sister Keisha, or I'm gonna go see Miss Keisha, or I'm gonna go to Cousin Keisha. I want to go to Keisha. I always pride myself on that. So maybe that's what it is. Like, I'm going through things that I felt like at when I seen my friends, my best friends and stuff.
They went through it. Yeah, I just had a moment that kind of jerked my little.
That's okay.
Made my ass sweat a little.
Let your eyes sweat. This is a safe space.
Yeah, my eyes start sweating.
You had a thought about Brian.
Nah, it's just you just realize growth, and I never realized that I would be able to say certain things. You just see how good God is and how He can heal your heart. That's what that's about. He has
healed you.
That's what that's about. Recognizing that, like, man, I've come a long ways. Like, I could say that without like, So I'm proud.
You didn't think you was gonna make it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that. No, I'll cut it out, girl.
No, that's fine.
But I'm just saying, if you seen, and it's really crazy because Ash was about 1.
Yeah.
And he about to be 5. So he was almost 2. And look at the difference.
I know.
It don't seem long, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And it's a blessing.
It is. That's why I'm like,
and you over here cheesing too.
Because I'm so grateful.